him or you're just indifferent about him. There's simply no more denying that the guy is an all-time great and deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as
the top 3 times LeBron James' legacy was on the line and he responded. I like this video already.
Legends a lot of people never wanted him to be with. That's just reality. The man has scored nearly 27,000 points, pulled down over 7,000 rebounds, and is nearly...
He's over 30,000. Thank you. Thank you.
He dished out 7,000 assists. And to go with that, he's now added 3 championships and 3 finals MVPs to his resume, one of which he finally brought to Cleveland after 13 long years. It's safe to say he's already reached a point in his career that most players in history could only dream of. And the crazy part...
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. I know we got a lot of haters inside the chat while I pull LeBron James videos up. You know how that goes, man. You know how that goes, man.
He's probably got around...
Watch this goat shit, man.
6 years left in his career. But this isn't a video about LeBron's accolades and all the way he's accomplished, because I could go on all day about that, and I'm not a LeBron fan. Really? Today I want us to put a microscope on 3 very close calls in his career. Times when he was literally only a hair away from failure that would have likely dented his legacy past the point of repair and kept him from being mentioned with the likes of Jordan or Kobe. I don't think people realize how dangerously close he was in these times to losing that opportunity, and the greatness it took for him to keep that alive. This is the chronological story of those situations, and without further ado, here are the top 3 times LeBron came close to losing his legacy, and he responded. Number 1, Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals versus Boston. Now, this one requires a bit of a backstory to set everything else up. So, the year before this went down, LeBron had just made the infamous decision to join Wade and Bosh in Miami to form one of the most hated teams of all time, although Golden State is probably now taking that place. I always say it's not so much what he did, but how he did it, because he had a party basically insulting the rest of the league, saying how easy it was going to be to win, and that just threw salt in the wound because at the time, Wade and Bosh were top players. He knew it, everybody knew it at the time, and the fact that he was gloating about the new super team really pissed the world off. Fast forward through that season, and the Heat lost a 2-1 lead against a Dallas team that honestly had no business beating them. In that final series, LeBron had his worst playoff series ever.
Alright, but here's the thing, okay? When people want to talk about this right here, alright? And I'm going to keep it straight factual. And nobody like this. Alright? Didn't the defending champs, who was defending champs before LeBron James lost to Miami Heat? Come on, chat. It's a little trivia. Who was the defending champs? Come on. I'm gonna see y'all NBA knowledge. The Lakers. Lakers. Okay. When did the Lakers get eliminated? So this is Kobe, prime Kobe. When did the Lakers get eliminated? This is right after the title. Momentum swing stay there. What round did... Second round, defending champion. Prime. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be LeBron.
Ever. Averaging only 17.8 points a game, and in Game 4 only scored 8 points. They lost that game by 3, and it's pretty safe to say that if he had an even average 20 or 22 points a game, they would have won. Fast forward another year, and it's about to totally fall apart for Miami. Now, I'm a Boston fan, so it stings remembering this, but I respect the hell out of it. Miami had lost Bosh in the Indiana series due to an abdominal strain, and remember that basically everyone outside of the Big Three was, pretty mediocre due to the salary cap constraints, and nobody gave 2 shits about that because A, Miami was despised, and people would pay anything to see them lose under any circumstances, and B, basically everyone had gotten hurt in the lockout shortened year, including Boston, who were giving Greg Steensma minutes because of injuries, so it was fair game. Despite not having Bosh, Miami managed to take a 2-0 lead, but Boston fought back to tie the series and push it to a pivotal Game 5 in Miami, and I'll never forget what happened next.
Pierce for 3, it's good! Paul Pierce from way downtown, then Boston leads by 4.
Paul Pierce had again seemed the best LeBron in the playoffs, knocking down a miraculous 3 to give Boston a 3-2 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mind you that everybody had written Boston off that year, but here they were ready to upset the Miami Heat in 6 games. But all the talk that happened after that game really unleashed the beast. There was so much talk about how LeBron wanted to be king without a ring. They said his super team had failed and that he was a choker. There was even talk about trading one of the big 3 for Dwight Howard. In short, LeBron's legacy was on the line, because had he failed to win a championship with this Miami team 2 years in a row after gloating about how easy it would be, well, there'd be no coming back from that, to put it lightly. Instead, what we got was probably the best version of LeBron to ever exist. For once, he finally came into the game with a Kobe and Jordan mentality that so many...
I hate when people say Kobe and Jordan mentality. I hate that. I cannot stand that. No, it's a LeBron mentality, bitch. His mentality. I can't stand that shit. LeBron already better than Kobe. Fuck that out of here, bro. Get that shit out of here. I hate that. Niggas acting like he living through somebody else's life. He came in with the LeBron James mentality. That's what he came with. I can't stand that shit, boy.
Deferring to teammates to be liked, he walked into the Garden like he was the best player on the planet, and nobody could deny it this game. James started the game with 10 straight field goals and walked away with 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and he did this all on 73% field goal shooting. Yes, I said 73. But aside from the stats, LeBron just looked mean that night. As Bill Simmons put it, the fans were so shell-shocked that many, including me and my father, filed out with 3 minutes remaining. Not because we were lousy fans, not to beat the traffic, but because we didn't want to be there anymore. Honestly, if he'd played this way his entire career, he would have a very serious case to already be called the greatest player of all time. He went on to score 31 points and grab 12 boards in Game 7 to eliminate Boston, and then went on to win his first championship. So to sum this one up, with everything on the line, LeBron put up one of the greatest performances of all time, and even though I was one of the fans victimized by it, I still appreciate the greatness.
I'm telling you here, guys, a lot of people talk about this right here, the greatest LeBron. I don't think this right here is the greatest LeBron. The 3-1 LeBron was the greatest ever of all time. The greatest LeBron James of all time. The greatest player of all time. And that's facts. When I could score more than your team and my team, and average more rebounds than your team and my team, more assists than your team and my team, outperform anybody out there? Against, man, I ain't gotta talk about it. You guys know what time it is, bro.
But this wouldn't be the last time his legacy was tested. 2. 2013 NBA Finals, Game 6. We already knew what the standards LeBron was held to. Nothing he did in the 2012 playoffs was going to be enough to solidify his career alone. Just a year later,
I stopped reading the chat, bro.
Again being held to the fire.
I feel like y'all just come in the stream just to troll, bro. I come y'all on Twitter. I got 900K followers. I feel like everybody motherfucker just trolls, bro. I'm getting sick and tired of it, bro. Like no one wants to see facts. People hate real, bro. People hate real, man. I don't know why y'all don't want to just hear the facts. I'm not making up shit. This is facts. Statistics. This is not coming from a man. This is written down. History happened.
People were already saying his ring.
This is reality. Wake up.
Short year. And they were especially saying that because it looked like the Spurs were about to end
People hate facts.
Short-lived success. It was Game 6. The Spurs had a 3-2 series lead and had all the upper hand they needed. By the end of the third quarter, they had a 12-point lead and all the momentum. Miami's super team was about to lose another finals, have an ugly 1-3 record, and regardless of what LeBron had done the year before, this was about to wash it all away. It gets murky here though. In the fourth quarter, LeBron would go on to put up 16 points to lead Miami's comeback and finally take the lead. However, the Spurs somehow withstood that comeback and created enough distance between them and Miami that really should have been enough to win the championship. However, we all know how it goes. Pretty much everything that needed to go wrong for the Spurs to lose went wrong, and everything went right for Miami. Here's where it gets really murky though. LeBron James hits the three that made it a 2-point game, making it possible for Miami to stay in the game in case San Antonio missed free throws, which they did. However, he missed a real three that would have tied the game, and had it not been for Bosch's amazing rebound and Allen's miraculous three, Miami would have lost. For this reason, many people have gone on to say that Ray Allen saved LeBron James' legacy that night. Personally, I agree that the shot by Ray did save it for the simple fact that the game was over if it missed, but you have to give LeBron James just about as much credit for saving his own legacy, because something that never gets talked about for some reason is the fact that Miami was dead in the water until LeBron breathed life into them with that 16 points in the fourth. What if he had to just continue to be passive?
I like this guy. I can fuck with people like him. I could chill with him in real life. He could be a Kobe fan, whatever fan. He could hate LeBron James. But you know what? This man got facts. That's what a whole lot of you right now hate. Y'all don't like seeing facts, man. Y'all like reality, man. This guy here got facts. Ray Allen, Shane LeBron, this nigga scored 16 points in 4 quarters. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Can I at least have someone to help me out? I scored 60 points. Can someone please do that job what I'm paying you millions of dollars to do to shoot this three? Please? I think I've done enough this 4th quarter. I scored 16 points, man. I think I have done enough, man. Can somebody please do what they're signed for to do? Hit a fucking three for me. But since he do it,
Ray Allen's three never would have even been a possibility then, and the Heat would have sailed off into the night quietly. In this elimination game, James tallied a triple-double with 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. And in Game 7, they would go on to close out the Spurs as LeBron would score 37 points and grab 12 rebounds. To say that Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy with the three-pointer isn't totally wrong, but it's also
no, bitch, it is wrong. It's stupid. It's stupid.
That LeBron stepped up in a big way when his team needed him. Ray Allen wouldn't have had anything to save that night without James' contributions. 3. The 2016.
And he wouldn't be signed to Miami Heat and went for LeBron James. What? This right here the greatest moment ever in NBA history. Nothing is shitting on this moment right here. No one can never say anything. The NBA Finals 2016. There's nothing ever in NBA history. Get this to your thick heads. Kobe rings, Michael Jordan rings. None of them rings value up to this ring right here. No one legacy got tested on the line more than this man right here. No one had more controversial than this man right here.
Finals. The last time LeBron came close to losing his legacy is still pretty fresh in all our minds, and it's one of the most amazing things that happened in recent memory as it pertains to basketball. Even after LeBron won in 2013, he went on to lose in 14, giving him a 2-4 finals record. And all the way until there was only a minute left in Game 7, it looked like he was all but destined to fall to 2-5, in which most people would have officially eliminated him from all Jordan or Kobe talk. And boy did he come close. Cleveland fell down 3-1 to the Warriors, and it really just confirmed what everyone knew at the time. Cleveland had no business competing with the Western team. And that's still pretty true because as a team, there's no question Golden State was better, and still probably is. But before this series, I had a theory about Cleveland's chances in the finals. I picked Golden State to win, but I did mention that if all you're asking LeBron to do is to be great for 4 more games, he could do it regardless of who he had around him, and boy was I right. Now, there is some context needed here. After 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and 4 regular season MVPs, most players would need nothing more to prove themselves. But again, LeBron is held to a different standard. After the decision part 2, calling himself the best player in the world, and saying that he will undoubtedly be on Mount Rushmore at the end of his career, he needed to win another one to get himself there, especially this one. All season long, the Warriors were in the spotlight, and so was Steph Curry, who became the first unanimous MVP, and looked all but certain to repeat at LeBron's expense for the 2nd year straight. What put LeBron's legacy in jeopardy even more was the fact that everyone, including himself, believed that if the Cavs were healthy in the 2015 finals, they would have handily beaten Golden State. Yet, here they were down 3-1 with everyone healthy, and then you add in the fact that Draymond and Klay had begun to toss rocks at the throne, and well, LeBron's legacy was about to be tarnished forever. But wait, there's more. Something that people will never remember because winning heals all wounds is that LeBron was being pretty passive for most of the series. People immediately point to his stats and say that he was the only one doing anything, when in fact he was not being aggressive for a while and putting pressure on the D like he could. Take for example Game 4, where he finished with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's an amazing stat line, but nobody's ever going to remember that he basically padded 7 points onto his stats in garbage time when the game was out of reach, which is—
Who the fuck is this nerd? You hear this dude? Padded? Padded, nigga? Padded, nigga? This nigga got over 30,000 points. And you gonna sit and insult greatness with padding, nigga?
is a far cry away from the LeBron that we saw in Boston when everything was on the line. However, he more than made up for it, scoring 41 points in 2 consecutive finals games, and he almost triple-doubled in both of those, as him and Kyrie put the city of Cleveland on their backs and just would not let them lose. But then Game 7 came in Oracle, and the cards were still stacked against them, and again, LeBron wasn't having the best game of his career. He wasn't in full attack mode all game like he was when his legacy had been on the line in 2012, but he still finished with the triple-double and one of the greatest finals moments of all time.
Alright, bro. We can already see that he don't like LeBron. I take him, he don't like LeBron. What more did you want, bro? What do you want? I'm leading points on your team and my team. I'm leading in rebounds on your team and my team. I'm leading in assists on your team and my team. What more do you want from me, bitch? Huh? How could you be like Kobe and just have more points in your team and my team, and that's it? But I'm doing triple that. And you say that I got an average game? Why he getting judged? Why he getting measured like that? Why LeBron just got to be measured like that? Why wouldn't people put the same thing on Kobe? Oh, he got more points. Huh? It's disrespectful, bro. When this man gone, bro, people not gonna appreciate it, man.
I was giving this game my full attention, and I'll never be able to forget when I saw this, mainly because it was like a jump scare. All I saw was Iggy going to the rim for a layup. I never once saw LeBron hot on his tail until he was all over the backboard, and it pretty much just took the wind out of me. I couldn't believe he got that. The scoring was coming slow at that point, and it's safe to say that if that layup had went in, the Warriors would have probably won the game, but it just wasn't going to happen on James's watch. The game was still close after Kyrie's 3, and James would go on to put it out of reach after drawing a foul on a dunk that would have likely ended Draymond Green's career. And in one of the greatest, most competitive games I've ever seen, LeBron fulfilled his promise to Cleveland and brought them a championship after doing the impossible, being down 3-1 against the 73-win Warriors. This miraculous win gave him his 3rd championship, his 3rd Finals MVP, and once again saved his legacy. And I truly believe that this was the last time his legacy should ever be taken to trial. There's simply not much left for him to accomplish now. He's still stacking up his stats, which are already at all-time great levels. He got one for the Lamb, and he beat the team with the best record in history. He could honestly retire right now, and what would you be able to say about his career? Truth be told, is
that's what I say. I say LeBron should have retired. That's why I say it. It just comes from the biggest LeBron James fan. I say he should have retired after that. Yeah. Let the NBA go in crumbles. I say he should have retired. Me? I'm a big LeBron James fan. I say LeBron James should have retired after that, bro. That's it. That's it. The greatest ring ever. Unless somebody goes 3-0 in the finals and come back against a 74-18, then we can talk. But against
as long as he doesn't leave town again for another super team or go on any more tirades about it being easy, would it even matter if he lost another finals? I mean, this guy has done more than most NBA players can dream of. And so, those were the top 3 times LeBron's legacy was on the line, and he responded. If you're a LeBron hater,
yeah, quick maps. Quick maps. Dom 2K, that video, oh, huh?